academically. They're well-coached teams. You see a lot of these guys who are coached by former college coaches. The talent speaks for itself. And so I think that these schools really deserve the same recognition as some of the top high schools in the country.
So DJ Patrick goes at 6'6" out of San Antonio, set to jumping up as Putnam Science Academy gets final instructions from their head coach, Tom Espinosa. Rob Johnson, the head coach for TSF, and should be a fun one here this afternoon.
It should be. As we said, this is TSF's first appearance here. Jordan Wilmore, jumping center for TSF. He's committed to Missouri. This is actually his second appearance in this event. He started his prep career at Mount Zion in the Baltimore area a few years back and appeared with that team then. He's really done a nice job of transforming his body and getting into shape since then.
TSF wins the tip. That's TFS in the black uniforms, the Mustangs in the white, and the first offensive sequence will result in the ball going out of bounds and a turnover. That was actually tipped by Putnam Science Academy, and TSF will stay with it.
And Putnam is one of the deeper teams in the country. They are just going to run bodies at you from start to finish.
And we've got a foul on the floor. Whistled against Putnam. It won't be a shooting situation.
Shot clock, I believe. Didn't want to reset there.
Oh, okay. So Williams has it now. Gives it now to Jeffries. Left side three off the side of the rim, no good. And the rebound secured by the Mustangs, and Putnam Science Academy has it.
That was Kai Soto who took that shot. He is all the way from the Philippines, 7'2" forward. He is a bit of a social media sensation. This is my first look at him here today.
Patrick actually has it for TSF. Lobs it now for Jeffries. Jeffries tries to turn the corner, and a foul. We'll call a block, and well, the Mustangs will take over on L.
See what they can come up with here.
And Balconi with the basketball. Gets it off to DeMaurian Williams. Williams down at the low post for Everett. Tries to lean in and can't get the shot to go. TSF with the basketball.
How about that touch?
Oh, wow, look at that. Gets the flush from inside.
The big-to-big alley-oop. You see the play. When you're 7'2" and you can make a pass like that in the open floor, that's big-time stuff.
Try to work it inside again. Dozier Jr. up top for Silvera. Tries the three. Can't get the shot to go. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay Putnam Academy basketball.
And, you know, Marty Silvera, who missed that shot, he's really a great story. He's been at Putnam for a couple of years now. He was 30 pounds heavier a year ago and just done a terrific job of getting his body right, physically preparing for the next level. He's always had the skill set and great pace to his game, but physically he was not there.
Dozier Jr. got the rebound after the missed three, but can't get the shot to fall. And Kobe Jeffries has it back to the side for a TSF. Some talent on the floor indeed today as Jeffries drives in. As the shot altered, Putnam Academy, and now the home run pass to Brown. Gordon Brown cashes in.
Yeah, I think Hassan Diarra got out in the open floor, showing that that pace to get out. Guy we profiled in the open really sets the tone for this team.
Silvera trying to leave it for Gray, and then a foul call, whistle on the play.
Putnam in their 2-3 zone, been the trademark for him. Kobe Jeffries handling the ball here. Trying to set up against the zone. Down to 7 on the shot clock here. Jeez, he can pass it, can't he?
Yeah, what a nice move inside. Gets it off for an easy basket for the school from Atlanta.
Jordan Wilmore headed to play for Conzo Martin next year at the University of Missouri.
They're back the other side. Can't get the shot to go. Yarrow with the rebound.
A great defensive effort that time from Markeith Browning.
Now right wing three by Silvera, nothing but nylon. Wow, nice shot.
He's got that kind of game. You know, he's a guy who, even though he's skilled in the half court, I think he's always at his best getting up and down, but he is a consistent shooting threat from behind the three-point line. As we said, the transformation of his physique has really brought his game to the next level.
A New England kid from Worcester, Mass.
Absolutely.
On the other side, he can't get the shot to go as
how about the touch, though, with his off hands? I mean, that guy's left-handed, and he tossed up a little bit of a runner there.
Now a three down the other side.
Marty Silvera again he's feeling good.
He is. You give him a little bit of space right there, and he's able to cash in. And try to kick the ball right side. And now a three in that right corner. Nicely done for TFA's Browning II.
A lot of size down there. That's a bigger post defender than Elijah Hutchins Everett is used to. The key for TSF, their front line of Wilmore and Soto really doing a terrific job right now. But when Putnam runs two more high major prospects in the front line off their bench, then how do you handle that?
Now another three-pointer. And TSF, known as the visitors here today, have a 12-8 lead.
Yeah, they came to play. As we said, this is a program that hasn't been here before, really looking to show that they belong.
Running this, Silvera again with an open three, and he nails it.
Yeah.
Makes it a one-point game.
Might want to guard him.
He's got three now.
He does. He's on a roll here to start.
There's Jeffries. Gets it now to Soto. Running the second. Off to Jeffries. Works around for Soto, drives in, try to get some space, and traveling call, so results in a turnover. Good defense that time by Putnam Science Academy.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good move. Maybe just slid that pivot foot a little bit.
1 point game, played about 5 minutes here in the first half. Tuned in to the National Prep Showcase here from Albertus Magnus College in New Haven.
So here's what we talked about with those fresh bodies. 51, Julian Dozier in for the game for Putnam Science. This is a guy who's got recruitment already up to the A-10. See Terrell Ard, another guy with mid-major offers on the table. And then 23, Josh Gray, a 7-footer. The body like Zeus. High major offers coming off the bench. That is the kind of depth you don't see.
No, not usually, right? I mean, you've got guys that are getting offers that aren't even starting in some of these teams.
Right, yeah, and they can go, they can go about 6 deep in that front line without too much of a drop-off. So it's a pretty impressive depth. We haven't even seen guy Vlad Golden, who's a unsigned senior from Russia. He's a special prospect. Wait till you get a look. He hasn't even come in the game yet. Wait till we get a look at him.
And he goes at 6'6", so he's got a little size there too.
Yeah, Vlad's 7 feet. Oh, you got a misprint on your roster there, Coach.
I do, yeah. It's okay.
Who runs this event?
Well, you see Putnam surrounding head coach Tom Espinosa. In a 1 point game, TSF leading 12-11.
But again, when you play Putnam Science, it's about sustaining the effort for 40 minutes because they're going to keep coming at you in waves, and you've got to be able to persevere through all those peaks and valleys and handle every run that they have. Tough shot.
Yeah, couldn't get it to go, and the rebound taken down by TSF. They'll come out with a set play.
Well, they're going to keep trying to play off their bigs as often as possible. Nice read and cut there. Nothing home, though, for Browning.
Mai Chen Ho with the basketball. Now for Browning the second. Shakes the defense, drives in all the way to the rim, puts it up, but it's short.
Good drive,
spilled
though.
on the play, yeah.
Yeah, got downhill,
He just kind of exploded to the basket.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, finding guys who can do that in the open floor isn't all that difficult, but finding guys who can get downhill in a half-court game is a much harder commodity to find.
Keith Browning II, a 6'4" guard from Michigan, makes the free throw. And makes it 13-11. TSF, the skill factory of Atlanta, Georgia. Here in New Haven this weekend. Second one rolls around and falls home.
Browning's got interest from Portland State and Georgia State right now. Has an opportunity to get some more schools interested. He keeps playing like this.
Absolutely. Putnam Science Academy with the basketball. Traveling basket.
Nice pass.
Open three from the top of the key. Short offensive rebound. Grabbed by Gray. And it taken away, though. Muscled away from TSF. Browning, boy, he does everything.
Yeah, he does. And again, if you're TSF, because we talked about Putnam's depth and how they can wear you down with the big bodies, that makes controlling tempo really important for TSF as they want to keep their size as fresh as they possibly can. They know that if this game starts to become about who's got the deeper bench, it might not go in their favor. Big time move.
Our junior by the other side after the steal. Gray underneath, can't get the ball to fall through, and rebound cleared by TSF. Now whistle. Looked like he got bumped on the play.
Very well might have. Yeah, there's, you know, it's such a, this is not an easy level to officiate because there's, you know, you play NCAA rules, but there's so much contact. You can't possibly call every little bump and hand check and freedom of movement without really interrupting the flow of the game. So finding guys, all these officials are college level officials, but they've all got experience at this level.
Nice hanger in traffic by Jalen Murray, but couldn't let fall, and ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay Mustangs basketball.
New York City native. Call him Juju Murray. Got a ton of game with the ball in his hands. This is his first year in the prep ranks. Been a little different for him. Having to do his own laundry, wake up at 5, 6 in the morning for workouts, but he's adjusted nicely in the last couple of months. See that shake with the ball there. That's the kind of game he's got.
Leaves it for our junior. Can't get the shot to go, and TSF will take over Arnell.
If Ard starts making that shot consistently, his game's going to go to the next level because he's a terrific physical specimen. He's got a great build, and he can actually really handle the ball. If he starts shooting it, too, now you're going to just have supreme versatility.
Kobe Jeffries with the basketball. Off to Kenny Burns as the two exchange passes.
Trying to overload this zone.
There's Patrick just outside the free throw line. Can't get the shot to go. Offensive rebound kept alive. On top of the key, three, nothing but nylon. Boy, nice shot.
Yeah, good ball movement there through the high post of the zone.
And cashing in and make it 17-11. TSF. On top of the key, a three. Pretty good look that time, but off the side of the rim, and rebound coming down in the hands of TSF.
And Dozier's got a good stroke. That's a shot he can make pretty consistently.
And another one goes up from a long range, no good. Putnam grabs the rebound on the run. Our junior goes at right side. Dozier is going to step into a three. Can't get the shot to go. And TSF National with the rebound.
Well, that's what happens. Poor shot selection on one end leads to a run out on the other. It's gone back and forth. Last two possessions here.
Burns now for Patrick, and the ball poked out of bounds. It'll stay TSF basketball. These guys can get up and down the floor very quickly.
They're so athletic. I mean, I think a lot of times, because they have an extra year relative to most high school kids, you see a different level of speed and physicality. And then they're some of the best players in the country.
Sure.
So it's I get that question all the time. How does it compare to regular high school basketball? And I said, well, you know, I think if you're comparing it to the Oak Hills and Montverdes of the world, it's pretty comparable. Now, if you're comparing it to the local high school, it's not very comparable.
No. Jalen Murray cashing in for Putnam Science Academy in the opposite end. It's at 17-13.
But again, TSF doing a nice job of controlling the tempo so far. They're making it primarily a half-court game.
Patrick getting some space, and just outside that right elbow, drops one in.
Good touch out there to 16 feet.
Jalen Murray tries to respond on the other side. Can't get the shot to go. Dozier there with a rebound, and the cutting Murray lays it up and in. Nice pass inside.
So we talked about how this is a little bit of a battle for tempo. What Putnam has done is they've gone small with Murray and Dozier in the game, along with a third guard, Demorian Williams. So much more perimeter-oriented lineup than the one they started the game with.
Ball poked away, but TSF able to come up with it. Kenny Burns, 6'5". Forward/guard from Los Angeles with it. Off to DJ Patrick.
That's not a good shot.
Now shot clock winding down. He threw it up in traffic. Off the side of the rim, no good. Down the other side, Putnam Science Academy tries to get the shot to go, and a dunk. John Gray flushing inside. Nice job to just not give up on the play at him and grab that rebound and get the easy basket on the flush.
Well, he is a beast down there. He's got the just an incredible physical specimen. Get another look at here. Ard starting the break, going off the dribble, couldn't hold his balance, but Gray getting the rebound through contact and finishing with authority.
Josh Gray goes at 7 foot. 2020 graduate out of Brooklyn. Take a look at Putnam Science Academy, the Mustangs surrounding their head coach, Tom Espinosa. Now look at TSF and Rob Johnson.
Rob Johnson down in the huddle there, getting his guys going. Trying to get them organized here. Putnam been able to put together a little bit of a run.
19-17 the score with just under 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Give a chance of both teams to get a quick little breather. Crowd continues to file into Albertus Magnus College, and one thing about some of the smaller arenas that Division III schools have, Adam, is that it gets very loud in here.
This is a great Division III gym. It's also a great Division III program. Longtime Division I assistant Mitch Oliver took over here. I want to say it's been over 10 years.
Wow.
Won countless championships here and have really become a big hit in the local community.
Yeah.
Too. They recruit local players. They bring local players in. They draw really well, and as you noted, the acoustics in here are terrific.
I would think it'd be a very difficult place for an opponent to come in. You see a turnover. Kobe Jeffries, they call a foul away from the action, and a Putnam Science Academy will take over, and they're down by 2.
Trying to get things going. Now it's TSF going to show some zone of their own. It's going to Wilmore out of the game now. TSF is much smaller.
Murray try to get the ball inside. Can't get the alley-oop. Down the other side, TSF tries to cash in, but a 3 by Jordan Brown goes off the mark, and the rebound corralled by Marty Silvera. He's hit a couple of threes.
Yeah, he got hot early. He's been quiet since, though.
Murray tiptoes along the baseline. Can't get the shot to go. Offensive rebound by Silvera. He drives in. He comes up empty. Grabs his own rebound. Has it rejected. And now a foul.
Trail official saw some contact there.
That's going to send Marty Silvera to the free throw line. A 6'2" guard from Worcester, Massachusetts.
He is a scoring point guard, a guy who thrives at a fast tempo. He sees the game slowly, meaning even when the game around him is being played at a frenetic pace, he doesn't get sped up. He can be poised and operate at a fast tempo.
He's 1 of 2 here to pull his team back within a point. TSF looking to build on the 19-18 edge as we approach the 8-minute mark here of the half. Kobe Jeffries got to get it down the low post to verify XAR, and foul called. And it's against Putnam Science Academy.
Yeah, they're going to have to be careful with that one because not sure that's the matchup that TSF is going to want on the inside. This is our first look at Vladislav Golden for PSA, number 33 in the white. You can see him there in the bottom of your screen. Saw him for the first time earlier this week in a home win over Spire Institute from Ohio. Reminded me so much of a young Caleb Tarzuski. Caleb Tarzuski was another local prep product, played at St. Mark's, and is now playing professionally in Europe.
Foul called, and it's against TSF. And that's going to send him to the free throw line, Adam. A chance to watch him shoot some free throws.
He's got a pretty good touch. And, you know, that frame hasn't even really started to fill out yet.
Golden, 7-foot center.
See
right, nice touch.
Yeah.
Wow. He's got another one. He's going to head back to that line and shoot two after making the first.
That's how 1-and-1 works.
And he makes it. And he locks things in a 20-all tie. Pretty good soft touch for the big guy. And Kobe Jeffries gets it off to Ie, who just went to the free throw line for TSF.
See the way Diarra pressures the ball there. He's just so aggressive at all times.
As Jeffries drives in, as the shot poked away and taken by Silvera, but a whistle and a foul called on Putnam Science. There's Jordan Brown. Over to Jeffries.
Kobe Jeffries has some recruiting interest from schools like Fresno State, Bradley, Kennesaw State, Georgia State, and Tulane. Didn't see the shot clock headed down.
Brown going to try to do it himself. Pulls up just inside the free throw line. Can't get the angle. Rebound taken down by Putnam Science. Now left wing three comes up short. Goes off the hand of Silvera, and a foul after the rebound.
Got to find that shooter in transition. Silvera's been so hot in the first half here. Cannot allow him open spot-up shots like that. Putnam going to pick up the pressure here again. Tempo is a factor in this one. TSF wants to slow this down. Does not have the depth to go up and down for 40 minutes with the Mustangs. So
Jordan Brown steps on the baseline, and it will be a turnover.
Yeah, pressure pays off right off the bat.
Mustangs get it back in a 20-all tie with just over 7 minutes to play here in the half. I'm watching the National Prep Showcase from New Haven, Connecticut. Albertus Magnus College in
First
Yale City.
First of 3 days here. We're just game 3. I think we've got 20 games on the weekend.
Wow, it's a busy weekend for some of the best prep school players in the country. Guerra pulls up in traffic, can't get the shot to go. And Mokolka had a hand on the rebound, but couldn't bring it in cleanly. And TSF takes over. This, as you mentioned, game 3 the day earlier. St. Thomas More of Connecticut defeated Fork Union Military Academy of Virginia 63-56. And well, the game just before this one, it was Hargrave Military Academy out of Virginia beating Woodstock Academy of Connecticut. 89-72 was the final in that one.
Yeah, really terrific showing from Hargrave in that one, showing their depth. And, you know, it was a particularly impressive performance from K.D. Johnson, the 6'1" guard from Atlanta, who's headed to play for Tom Crean at Georgia next year.
He was terrific. TSF beats the press and a quick flush underneath. Wow, what a nice pass and finish.
Yeah, second lob for Wilmore, the big fella down there, just an unmatched physical specimen.
Now Silvera drives in, can't get the shot to go, but the offensive rebound didn't even have to leave the rim very long. Went into the hands of Josh Gray, who dunks. So he makes things even again at 22 aside, just over 6 minutes to play here, half number one.
This may be the first time in Josh Gray's life that he's ever gone up with someone who has more size than he does in Jordan Wilmore. I mean, this is a heavyweight matchup in the middle.
Wilmore, good-looking prospects, headed to Missouri. Try to get the ball to Jeffries, and it'll be a turnover. Good defense by Putnam Science Academy. The Mustangs get it back.
Again, they just keep running bodies at you. Get a look at Tom Espinoza there, who has built this program from the ground up, was a local star back in his own right, high school player at Putnam High School, and had an upstart prep school about 10 years ago. Produced guys like Mamadou Diarra, who went off to UConn, among others. And then since then, of course, beating guys like Hamidou Diallo, went to Kentucky before going to the Oklahoma City Thunder, a cook at UConn, another proud Mustang alum. So program has really, again, been built from the ground up and become one of the top prep programs in the country.
Hassan Diarra got fouled on that last play, and we'll head to the free throw line. Queens, New York native, heading to Texas A&M, and can't get the front end to go.
Mustafa's little brother, the former UConn player, who I believe is a student member of the coaching staff this year. His career ended a little prematurely due to injury, but high motor, was always an undersized big with a strong body and a super high motor. So it's no surprise that little brother's one of the most competitive guys you'll find.
Well, he puts his team up by a point with a second free throw, 23-22. Now we head to the 5-minute mark here of the half. TSF with the basketball. A tough shot by DJ Patrick. Can't get the shot to go. Offensive rebound kept alive.
Tiara just looked at the baseline official, said, I'm trying to box him out. What are you supposed to do? Well,
try to get it to Burns, and it's stolen away by Art Jr. Drives in, gets the ball to Gray. He can't get the angle. TSF the rebound. Back the other side. Here's Jeffries. Hangs in traffic. Can't get the shot to go. Loses the handle. Can't bring it in cleanly. But it'll stay TSF basketball.
Couple of big-time plays in the open floor there. Didn't finish either one, but first it was Diarra with the body control on one end, and then coming right back at you. Kobe Jeffries again showing his ability to get downhill.
Patrick will inbound. Flips it to Jeffries. Looking for that high ball screen. He's played there, man-to-man by Marty Silvera. Gets it now to Williams. Williams will handle right in the hands of the turnover for Putnam Science. Now on the other side, Putnam able to cash in. Silvera running that break.
Well, that's that open floor prowess we talked about, finishing at full speed with the left hand against a contesting defender. But I'll tell you what impressed me there was Terrell Ard's ability to start the break with his own dribble, throw ahead. Did that perfectly.
Mustangs on a little run, have a 25-22 lead now as we inside 5 minutes here in the half. As Murray try to get it left side, but the ball poked out of bounds. And a couple of changes for Putnam Science. Things you can do, Adam, when you have a deep bench, right?
No question about it, but I tell you what, depth comes with its own set of problems. You got a lot of mouths to feed, not just in terms of who's going to score and who's going to get shots and who's going to get touches, but even who's going to get minutes. I mean, when you've got 10-plus Division I prospects on your roster, they're all going to want to play.
Joe Wilmore gets called for a block, so that foul will get Putnam Science Academy the basketball back, up by 3. Dozier will walk it up for the Mustangs. Off to Williams. There's Dozier. On the paint, finds the cutting. Art Jr. That's the shot to go in the foul. Wow, it kind of fed it to Gray right there.
Yeah, what they did, Gray screened the middle of the zone. It allowed Ard to flash through the middle. Well-diagrammed set from the Putnam bench. Didn't get the three-point play, but it was nonetheless good execution up until that point.
So Ard, the 6'7" guard from Atlanta, going to the line. And he misses the front end.
You keep calling him a guard, he's going to have you over for Thanksgiving dinner. Don't believe what you read on
I was
going to
say, wow.
Yeah, don't believe
maybe in the NBA he's a guard?
Yeah, no, he's a combo forward in my book. I think he's a guy at the next level who's got the ability to play and potentially defend multiple positions because at that body type, you can play him at the 4 and be just fine. But as we noted before, he can handle the ball.
Look at right there. Plays. Just got the deflection. Gets the ball to his teammate, but unable to cash in his Dozier, and TSF comes up with it. They get the stop.
Nice job by Jeffries of keeping his head up that whole time, handling the pressure.
Top of the key, a 3 off the mark by Jordan Brown, and Putnam Science with the rebound. There's Murray, drives in and scores. Wow, he just really showed his motor skills getting to the basket quickly.
Yeah, he's so smooth. He's got that skill set too. He can shoot it. He's got a layup making package at the rim. Got a lot of change of pace off the dribble, so not much he can't do with the ball in his hands at this early stage. Great cut.
As Jeffries are on the baseline, try to reverse and gets the contact. And the foul call against Putnam Science.
Yeah, he read his defender was jumping up into that passing lane, immediately went back door. Good read there.
So Jeffries goes at 6'3" from Memphis, Tennessee, going to the line. And he misses the first one.
That's going to be the key for Jeffries. If he can start shooting that ball consistently from the perimeter. He saw a little bit of a hitch that time in his free throw. He can start shooting that ball consistently. It's going to take his game to the next level. Going to look at Marty Silvera. Having himself a day.
He really is. Second one rolls around, falls home. 28-23. Just over 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Jeff Dooley, Adam Finkelstein, good to have you with us for the National Prep Showcase here in New Haven. There's Jalen Murray with the basketball for the Mustangs. Top of the key, a 3, and he nails it.
Sometimes when the play breaks down, it's just better to have a player. And that time we're trying to screen the backside of the zone. A couple missed assignments. Juju Murray knocked it down. Now
a steal by Silvera. He's going to drive all the way to the basket, rolls it off the window and in. Nice move after the steal. And the lead goes to 10 now for Putnam Science Academy. That's the largest lead of the game.
How about that footwork and layup-making ability? I mean, that Euro step at full speed, then making the inside-out layup with the right hand on the left side. That was a big-time play by Marty Silvera.
Kenny Burns had the basketball, but they call a foul away from the action against the Mustangs.
TSF really struggled to score here the last few minutes. Don't have either Wilmore.
Patrick's inbounds pass deflected. Down the other side comes Silvera, who drives it and scores. He is a jet at him. Wow.
Yeah, remember I said in the opener, he's terrific out in transition. He's just able to navigate traffic at full speed at a very unique level. Those Euro steps, the understanding of spacing, just does a terrific job.
We'll take a break. 2:32 to go in the half. 35-23. Putnam Science leads TSF on the National Prep Showcase.
Come on in and discover the new Cox Solutions store. Experience a whole new level of in-home comfort. It's all right here at the Cox Solutions store. Discover, learn, and experience more.
We are back at Albertus Magnus College. Jeff Dooley, Adam Finkelstein, good to have you with us for the National Prep Showcase. Putnam Science Academy out of Putnam, Connecticut, leading TSF National out of Atlanta, 35-23. And a whistle stopping the clock with 2:26 to go, and free throws coming for TSF. as Jordan Brown was fouled.
Well, neither team really been able to get into a good rhythm, but Putnam has really changed the game defensively. Last few minutes, TSF really struggled to score. That's allowed Putnam to push this advantage into the double digits here.
And talk about some of the things that college coaches and maybe NBA scouts are looking when analyzing a player and what level he could play at. Is it the individual play themselves, or do you look at how they act with their team as well in situations as a showcase?
You know, I think that I'm going to say this. Everybody reads the Cliff Notes before they look for the details hidden deep in the chapters. You know, so you've got to satisfy certain requirements first. Do you have the size, athletic tools, skill set to play at a certain level? And then once that's been determined, you start to peel back the onion a little bit and you dive into – and different programs have different characteristics that they emphasize, whether it's character or basketball IQ or skill set, whatever the case may be. But you've got to get that initial baseline evaluation right first, and then you can start to dig in a little deeper.
Williams put up the miss, can't get the shot to go. Crashing the boards is Art Jr. He can't get the shot to go. Another offensive rebound, and then a foul on a dunk attempt. A lot of bodies swarming Art Jr., but he just didn't give up on the play. I mean, he almost willed that thing to go in.
Yeah, that we're not counting that as a dunk, ladies and gentlemen. That was the benefit of breakaway rims right there. But a relentless attack by Putnam, all kidding aside. Not just Ard, but Hassan Diarra coming up with that loose ball.
They absolutely crashed the basket to try to get that offensive board.
And they've always been that way. You know, it's easy to talk about the talent and stuff like that, but this is a program. One of the things that I respect most about Putnam in prep school basketball, the fall months are dominated by open gym, where you come in, your guys play pickup, and college coaches come in, usually daily, to watch. Mm-hmm. One of the things at Putnam that's been clear for years is your reputation before you got there doesn't matter. So let's say you came in with high major offers or you had a reputation is supposed to be able to play at that level. There's a kid who doesn't have a reputation, but he's out playing you every day. That's the kid who's going to get the minutes once the season comes along.
And that's kind of the way it's been there at Putnam?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why different guys have been able to emerge, whether it's been – Jose Perez, who's starring at Gardner-Webb right now. A couple guys up at St. Bonaventure who arrived at Kyle Lofton, the point guard there. He got there. He didn't have a single Division I offer, and he stood out right away, played his way up into the Atlantic 10. So it's, all bets – it's a clean slate when you get there.
A missed free throw by Jeffries. And Putnam Science Academy getting instructions from Tom Espinosa. Diarra with the basketball. Left side of Silvera. Working to the big guy. Goal in the 7-footer. Gets the ball back and dunks it with both hands.
How about that? With authority. And you look at his frame, and this guy's going to look totally different after a couple years in the college weight room. But that frame is terrific. His motor's high level. I mean, he's an exciting prospect, especially to be unsigned late in the year here.
Drives along the baseline, puts it up, and gets fouled.
Watch this here.
Against Putnam Science.
Get another look at it. Get out of my way, little man.
Wow, look at that. Knew exactly where he was on that left block.
Yeah, he certainly did.
That's an impressive dunk.
And that's where, again, same thing we talked about in the opener. So when Wilmore and Soto are in there, TSF's got as good of a front line as anybody. But when they go to the bench and Putnam brings two more high major kids off the bench at the front line, that's when the game changes.
Mai Chen Ho, the 2020 graduate from Taiwan, makes the free throw.
Shooting touch there.
Makes it 40-26. Putnam tries to answer. Silvera can't get the shot to fall, and TSF takes over on 0.
They've been relentless on the offensive glass, though, haven't they? Not giving up on any balls.
I mean, they just attack. And one thing that I'm impressed with is they don't send one or two. I mean, it's like they send 5 guys to the glass almost.
Yeah, conceptually they could be vulnerable in transition defense, but you've got to secure that rebound in order to break on them, and that's a hard thing to do.
Louis Jeffries getting the shot to make it 40-28. On the other side, here's the runner by Diarra. Can't get the shot to go. Gets his own rebound. Now drives along the baseline, puts it up short. TSF clears. There's the home run pass. Jordan Brown all the way to the basket. Can't get the shot to go. And down the other side, here's Diarra.
Good find.
Left wing three, no good. Offensive rebound is Williams. Puts it up and in.
I mean, at this point, you're just getting shots on the rim. It's like a pass.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like with that thing down, he was going to actually go up and grab it. Grabs the offensive board.
Push off there.
7 seconds to go, and now a foul called against TSF. Yeah, the push-off will get Putnam Science Academy the basketball back to finish the half.
See what they can do. Going to get Diarra going to the rim. Probably wants to get this ball on the rim as quickly as he can here. Give his guys a chance for a tip.
Diarra drives in all the way. Floater in traffic, a little bit too strong. The buzzer sounds, and we will go to halftime. But a very entertaining first half, Adam.
It was. I think that for the first 10 minutes or so, TSF did a really good job at controlling tempo. But that man, Hassan Diarra, and his Putnam Mustangs came charging back as they were just relentless with their attack.
So we are at halftime. Putnam 42, TSF 28. We'll be back after this. You're watching the National Prep Showcase from Albertus Magnus in New Haven.
Drone Racing League pilot Wild Willie is testing his skills on the scariest course imaginable. His mom's house. Fortunately, he's using panoramic Wi-Fi from Cox, because even a 1 second delay could mean trouble for everyone. Wall-to-wall fast panoramic Wi-Fi from Cox. Wi-Fi at the speed of flight.
Okay, honey, let's go.
Oh, wait, my mat.
Oh my God, we're gonna be late.
It'll just take 2 seconds.
Have you seen my wallet?
Is it in your pocket?
I don't have pockets in these leggings, Lindsay.
Do you need it? You know they don't let us in the class even if we are 1 minute late.
It's here. It's in my bag. Oh, everyone, calm down.
Okay.
The coffee pot. Did we turn it off?
Oh God, should we check? We should check. Good thing we checked. Oh, the lights. I left the lights on in the office. I know I did.
Oh, we don't have time. You have literally 2 seconds.
Let's go.
We forgot to lock the door.
Oh, we're never gonna make it to hot yoga. You ready to get your down dog on?
You know it, babe. Let's lock up.
Turn off the lights. Turn off the coffee pot. Turn off the TV.
Ready for some Ashley B?
Oh, you know it.
And we're all locked up.
But, hey, look at that. We're like 15 minutes early.
Enough time to catch a movie.
Oh, very funny. Let's just take the scenic way.
That sounds lovely.
The right connection can open a world of curiosity for your child. With Cox, families that have a K-12 student and receive government assistance could qualify for low-cost home internet with Wi-Fi. That means more learning and more achieving. Qualify now. It's time to connect with Cox.
Come on in and discover the new Cox Solution Store. Experience a whole new level of in-home comfort. It's all right here at the Cox Solution Store. Discover, learn, and experience more. Come on in and discover the new Cox Solution Store. Experience a whole new level of in-home comfort. It's all right here at the Cox Solution Store. Discover, learn, and experience more.
Drone Racing League pilot Wild Willie is testing his skills on the scariest course imaginable. His mom's house. Fortunately, he's using panoramic Wi-Fi from Cox, because even a 1-second delay could mean trouble for everyone. Wall-to-wall fast panoramic Wi-Fi from Cox. Wi-Fi at the speed of flight.
And back here at Albertus Magnus College, Jeff Dooley along with Adam Finkelstein and Putnam Science Academy. The Mustangs lead TSF 42-28. Both teams right now in the locker room. A couple of minutes before we get things going. And it's been a very entertaining first half. It was really nip and tuck first 10 minutes of this game. And then, Putnam Science Academy really kind of turned things into second gear and up the level, and a lot of that had to do with the play of Josh Gray, a 7-footer from Brooklyn, kind of took things over, and then Martin Silvera hit a couple of threes to get some space as Putnam Science was able to grab that 14-point lead, and Putnam Science Academy back on the floor right now. And a very entertaining first half. Adams, take a look at some of the highlights from half number one.
Well, that front court tandem, they are a handful for TSF, but unfortunately for them, PSA can just come at you in waves. So many guys, and Marty Silvera got it going early with his shot making. But TSF, we talked about it, they kept it close, and they really did a good job controlling the tempo the first 12 minutes or so, but eventually it just, the momentum, that energy level, the relentless approach of Putnam really proved to be the difference.
What do you think both teams talked about at halftime?
I think for TSF, it's controlling the tempo, trying not to let this one get up and down, and then controlling their defensive glass. I think for Putnam, they just want to keep pushing the tempo. They're going to keep running bodies at you, trying to wear them down, and it's always about making that extra effort play.
If you're joining us late, this is the National Prep Showcase and TSF National out of Atlanta, Georgia. That's the Skill Factory. And the Putnam Science Academy Mustangs out of Putnam, Connecticut. And their head coach, Tom Espinosa. And, again, we're seeing some of the top-tier talent in the country all kind of converging this weekend here in New Haven.
It's always a fun weekend. What's fun is a lot of these teams come here and then go home for Thanksgiving break right from here. So you get a lot of guys, whether they're flying into Bradley or one of the New York airports.
Sure.
They will come here as a team, and then they'll leave to go back to their homes. Because, remember, these teams, they attract players, not just from around the country, but from literally around the world. I mean, you look at this game we're watching.
The rosters are very impressive. They got folks from all over the place.
Skill Factories in Georgia, they've got guys from Taiwan, China, California, Philippines, Michigan, Texas. Putnam's even more diverse. You know, they've got plenty of guys from Northeast, but they've also got Russia, Netherlands, France, Georgia, Arizona. So, I mean, really, this is you see players from all over the world in prep school basketball.
TFS with a basketball to start the second half. A quick foul called on the Mustangs. And TSF will see if they can cut into this 14-point deficit. There's Patrick. Nice floater just outside that free throw line. Nails it.
Patrick had some nice contributions in the first half, playing at that high post area versus the Putnam zone. Showed a nice floater there.
Diarra, Queens, New York native with the basketball. Flips it to Abacoli. Try to get it to Dozier. The ball poked out of bounds. It'll stay Mustangs basketball.
Yeah, that was a quick hitter trying to get Hutchins Everett a catch inside. But again, that's, you know, against Jordan Wilmore, I'm not sure that playing in the post is the best the best option.
Large body.
Anytime you're playing a guy that big, even if, I mean, Wilmore moves pretty well for his size, but anything you can do to put him in pick and roll, stretch him, his mobility away from the basket, see if he can move laterally, is probably going to be a yeah. He did it twice, too. Wilmore cleared him out, two different elbows to the head.
And he'll pick up the foul, trying to plead his case. It's not going to work.
Yeah, they let the first one go, and get away with one. You can't do it twice.
So there with the basketball for Putnam. That's Putnam Science Academy in the white uniforms. TSF in the black unis. And there's a turnover. Trying to work the ball inside.
Yeah, Melvin Ibankoli, who's from Paris, France. And I'll tell you what, he's only been here for less than 3 months now, but the physical transformation that he's shown in that time, just really impressive. I mean, he's long and cut up now, but that was not my first impression of him. We'll leave it at that.
There's Burns now for Jeffries. Jeffries tries to turn the corner, now accelerates towards the basket, throws it up top. Now a three-pointer. No, he fakes the three, moves inside, and the ball loose, but grabbed by TSF. Good hustle for that ball.
And you know what? I love Soto's unselfishness. He can really pass the ball, but he's got to score that one.
Yeah.
Love to see him be a little bit. At 7'2", the fact that you can play make for others really differentiates you, but you've got to be able to put some points on the board as well, especially when you get inside 8 to 10 feet.
Jeffries with the basketball.
See, he's got to go up with that ball.
Yeah, Soto instead opted to pass it out to the wing, and it's going to result in a turnover. There's Putnam on the move. Oh, wow, the dunk, the flush by Gray. Wow.
Don't get it confused either. That was an alley-oop. How about Hassan Diarra sprinting that lane, throwing that ball up there for Mecky Gray. You know, Mecky Gray signed with NJIT, and I'll tell you what, he is a steal for Brian Kennedy. I'm not sure there's another player in New England who has improved more in the last year than Mecky Gray. Spent last year at South Kent School.
Okay.
Put on 15 pounds of muscle, and things just started to click for him physically. He's wearing the muscle well. He's much more explosive athletically than he was a year ago. You saw it on that possession there. And he's going to be terrific.
And he'll probably go in right and play right away.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, he's still got to become a more consistent shooter, but he's long, he's left-handed. He's evolved into a high-level athlete, and he's still just scratching the surface of his potential. So somebody that I think NJIT very happy to have and could have gone to a quote-unquote, you know, higher. Well, he had A10 offers when he opted to commit to NJIT.
Jalen Murray at the free throw line for Putnam, Kobe Jeffries, I should say, for TSF, and makes the first, misses the second. Substitution is Giovanni Kyle get in the game for TSF. Jeffries will try to make the third. Rolls around and it falls home. Mustangs are trying to respond. Juan Silveros had a nice game here. Off to Gray. Now Diarra. And a push-off and a foul called on the offense. So the result of a turnover.
With the illegal screen away from the ball, trying to run DR off that Iverson cut.
There's Jeffries, he'll walk it up. Not much pressure by Putnam. Now he drives in, try to take it to the rack, and gets fouled.
Used that screen. Soto was coming up to set a screen on the right side. He didn't even pretend to use it, but he got his defender leaning, accelerated to his left-hand side, drew another foul.
Kobe Jeffries, 6'3" out of Memphis. And he misses the front end. TSF leaving some points on the board at him.
Yeah, he's got to be able to shoot it a little bit better. As we talked about, that's the way he takes his game to that next level.
Makes the second. Makes it 44-33. Silvera. Off to Diarra. Directing traffic. Floater in traffic is no good, but he grabbed his own rebound and then stepped on the baseline. It'll be TSF basketball.
You know, Diarra does such a good job of using his body to get to the screen. Really, and it's a subtle thing. You probably didn't notice at home, but he did a great job of applying leverage there, allowed him to get shoulder to shoulder. But when he gets inside, he's got to take that same mentality and be physical with his finishes. He's hesitating away from that contact right now, and he's anything but soft.
Jeffrey shakes Gray, gets it inside to the cutting Soto, cashes in.
Yeah, how about a 7'2" guy who can Euro his way through a crowded lane? I mean, this guy is incredibly talented.
He's from the Philippines.
Yeah, I mean, he's agile for his size. He's got great hands, great touch. I don't know what that was.
Silvera drives in and count the basket and the foul. Call a block. And that's going to send Marty Silvera to the free throw line. I guess they're going to wave off the shot, and he'll shoot two.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
No.
Either it's a shooting foul and
Yeah,
it's
I thought it was.
one, or it's on the floor and it's a baseline out of bounds.
So Silvera, well, makes the
Was
shot,
an
and
N1.
was an N1. So
Tell you what, this is a 12-point game right now, but it's got the feel that Putnam is about to bust this one wide open because Wilmore's on the bench with 4 fouls, and that just it changes the game for TSF when he comes out because they just don't have anyone who can match his size and physicality inside.
Kind of a tough shot off the mark by Kaye, and Putnam Science with the rebound. Open three, right wing by Gray. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Nice shot. Some soft touch from outside.
Yeah, I said he's got to shoot it a little bit better. He starts doing that. Look out. He will be a game changer at NJIT.
And it's a 15-point lead now. That is the largest lead of the game for Putnam Science Academy. And you're right. Mustangs trying to take full advantage with TSF's one of the top players on the bench.
Just trying to wear them down. We talked about it in the opener, just so much depth. Just run at you in waves.
Good job of defense that time as Silvera has it, leaves it for the trailer. And Gray, boy, he has picked it up to the next level.
Yeah, he really has. And you know what he did there when he was running in transition? His hands were up the whole time. He was calling for that ball. Great job by Silvera to put it on his hands at just the right time.
Timeout on the floor. We will take it. Putnam Science trying to pull away. 52-35. They lead TSF back after this.
Come on in and discover the new Cox Solution Store. Experience a whole new level of in-home comfort. It's all right here at the Cox Solution Store. Discover, learn, and experience more.
Oh, sorry, Jules. I just saw that.
What's that? Oh, no, that's okay. Well, back in New Haven, Alberta's Magnus College, Jeff Dooley, Adam Finkelstein, 52-35. Putnam Science Academy, the Mustangs lead TSF National, and we're beginning to get some space now, and a lot of that has to do with the play of Marty Silvera, who's really cashing in on both ends. And how about Maliki Gray, who has nailed a couple of threes for Putnam Science?
Well, I tell you what, he's got that length and athleticism that makes him such a factor in transition. And then when he's making threes like he did on that spot-up three from the corner, it shows you how much his best basketball could still be in front of him.
Kobe Jeffries has it now as TSF National try to respond. Going to pull up just outside that left elbow, hit just about every part of the basket and falls through.
Good Josh Gray rim run there.
Oh, goes up for the dunk but misses. Just couldn't finish there.
No, does a terrific job of running the floor, though.
On the other side, Jeffries kind of willed his way in, got the shot to go.
Give them credit. Quick 4-0 run here for TSF, cutting into that Putnam advantage.
Sandiara going to Texas A&M with the basketball.
Oh, Gray's got to get a touch. He's got 2 feet in the paint.
And they're going to call a foul. Trying to get some space underneath, and he picks up the violation.
Well, I think part of that is he didn't get the ball soon enough. You know, he was open on that initial duck in, and it didn't go right in. And so that forces him to keep kind of jockeying to hold that position.
What are some of the places Gray's looking? You heard anything on that?
Well, I tell you what, during the AAU season, he played in the EYBL with PSA Cardinals, picked up a bunch of high major offers, still has a lot of those suitors still on the table, but playing the year out, and I think there's so many programs at that level that need a big.
Okay.
He's going to have plenty of options. Make it a 7-0 run for TSF.
Going to cut that deficit and make it 52-42, so it is down to 10. Silvera gets it. Josh inside, and he turns in an easy basket for the big guy.
Silvera having himself a day. Good read there. Throw it up to the big fella. Nobody who can stop him right now. Again, Wilmore out of the game, so they don't have a rim protector in there.
Josh Gray. On the other side, DJ Patrick can't get the shot to go, and Putnam Science comes up with a rebound. Again, Josh Gray trying to do his work inside as the ball poked away. Trying to say there was a foul, no foul call. Down the other side, it's Jalen Murray Kobe Jeffries that cashes in for TSF. And about this, back to the 10-point game again. There's 2 exchange baskets, 54-44. We get to the midway point of this second half. Right wing 3 by Diarra off the mark, and TSF pulls down the rebound. There's Brown. I'm trying to shield the basketball from the defense. Off to Jeffries, and whistle and a turnover, and Putnam will take over and see if they can get this thing back to 12. Putnam led by 14 at the half, 42-28, but TSF put together a nice little run and get it down to 10 moments ago. Junior will get it in for Putnam. Dozier Jr. now for Putnam Academy. Goes it left side for Dozier. Dozier, runner in traffic, can't get the shot to go, and the rebound taken down by Murray. TSF with a nice stop that time, and we approach the 12-minute mark. There's Murray. Back to defend. Nice move in traffic by Kai Soto. And the foul called, and it's against Putnam Science Academy, the Mustangs. They're going to call a block. That's going to send the 7'2" Philippine native Kai Soto to the charity stripe.
How about the footwork down there? You can see how this guy's got such a big upside. Left-handed, agile. Once his body develops, his just starting to tap into his upside.
This is the free throw. Putnam Science with the rebound. Dozier Jr. with it. Off to Williams. Down in the paint, the big guy, Golden. Turns in and gets called for traveling. Good defense by TSF. TSF trying to make the run. 54-46, the closest they've been in a bit. There's Brown with the basketball. A quick pass and a turnover.
Yeah, just not the way you want to feed that post. Got to take that ball a little bit lower with the dribble. Try and feed that in from the baseline side.
Our junior gives it to Jalen Murray, who walks it up for the Mustangs.
Yeah, the first portion of this second half playing out a lot like the first portion of the first half did. TSF controlling the tempo, not allowing Putnam to really get going here, and you know they've won the first 8.5 minutes of the second half.
Demorian Williams after the miss as TSF with the basketball as they bring down the rebound. There's DJ Patrick. Gets it to Soto. Back to the basket. The ball's nearly stripped away. Into the hands of Kobe Jeffries. Jeffries now for Ho. Lane opens up. He drives in, loses the handle. Goes out of bounds. It'll be a turnover as Putnam Science Academy takes over on Elm.
Yeah, neither team really able to generate much offensive rhythm right now.
Yeah, both teams kind of in a little drought here. Mustangs with the basketball. Murray off to Williams, who travels.
Trying to get something going, and that can sometimes be the difficulty when you play so many guys. Harder to get into a rhythm for those guys. And you saw it in the first half, especially when TSF playing that zone, trying to slow the game down, not allowing you any open points.
Soto drives in, hangs in the air, puts it up, but it's short. Rebound taken down by Demorian Williams.
And this is what they want to do. Get going in the open floor, attack the rim.
There's Dozier. Dozier on the baseline, throws it up and in. Nice move by Julian Dozier Jr. out of Detroit.
I thought he had an open look from three to begin with, but showed the nice touch on the runner. I tell you what, he's an undersized guy, but he's got a big presence. Really can stabilize a unit, run the team.
Now they worked it into Kai Soto. The 7-2 center gets bumped, and a whistle called against Putnam. That'll send the big guy to the free throw line. And a chance to try to trim this 10-point deficit as we approach the midway point of this second half. This is game 3 on the day. Plenty of basketball here at Albertus Magnus College in New Haven. Today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Take a look at Coach Espinosa.
Right next to Josh Scrabo, who's been his right-hand man from day one. It's really been a team effort to coaching this Putnam team.
Free throw is good, 56-48. Jalen Murray has it. Over to Dozier. Left side Williams. Spots up at 3 and has it rejected. Knocked away by Kai Soto. Boy, he's got long arms to knock that in the seats.
Imagine him when he puts some muscle on his frame.
Right.
I mean, he is just scratching the surface. Easy to see why he's such a, I hate to use the word phenom, but that's what he's got, that kind of potential.
Diarra tries a 3, can't get the shot to go. Gray had a hand on the rebound, couldn't bring it in cleanly, but now it results in a steal as Putnam comes up with it. Here's Diarra back the other side. Diarra tried to get it to Murray, and the ball poked out of bounds. It will stay Putnam Science Academy basketball. Good effort on the defensive side by the Mustangs to get it back. There's Diarra. Drives in, puts it up to the left hand and scores, but the lane opened up and he takes it all the way to the rim. And that will bring us to our next timeout. Time on the floor will step away, 9:36 to go. Putnam Science leading TSF 58-48.
Come on in and discover the new Cox Solution Store. Experience a whole new level of in-home comfort. It's all right here at the Cox Solution Store. Discover, learn, and experience more.
Drone Racing League pilot Wild Willie is testing his skills on the scariest course imaginable. His mom's house. Fortunately, he's using panoramic Wi-Fi from Cox, because even a 1-second delay could mean trouble for everyone. Wall-to-wall fast panoramic Wi-Fi from Cox. Wi-Fi at the speed of flight.
Lead for Putnam Science Academy. The Mustangs lead TSF National out of Atlanta, Georgia. And you're watching the National Prep Showcase. Jeff Dooley, Adam Finkelstein. Good to have you along from New Haven today. This game 3 of a ton of games today, tomorrow, and Sunday. And some of the top college prep programs in the country are here in the Elm City.
7 today, 8 tomorrow, 6 on Sunday.
It's a lot of fun.
A lot of basketball.
Yeah, it's a lot of basketball for sure. TSF trying to get back into this game, trailing by as many as 14.
Great hands on that catch.
And try to work it inside of Jeffries, and the ball got poked out of bounds. It will stay TSF basketball. Patrick gets it inbound, but it's stolen away, stolen by DeMaurian Williams. Here's Williams, leaves it for Diarra, who leans in and scores. Terrific job by Putnam Science to work that fast break.
And it's, again, it's what we saw in the first half. TSF controlling the tempo for the better part of the first 10, 11 minutes. Putnam gradually wearing them down, starting to leak out in transition and growing their lead.
Arjuni tried to pass it inside, but it's stolen away and stolen by Josh Gray. Now left side 3 by Jalen Murray. Actually hits the top of the backboard, but the offensive rebound kept alive by DeMaurian Williams. Williams now to the cutting Murray, puts it up and gets fouled by TSF.
That ball hit the glass, and then Soto got it while he was still on his way up. I mean, that just shows you the type of standing reach he has. Another look at it here. Williams finds Murray, and watch this. So still on his way up just as it was coming off the rim. I mean,
impressive.
He's going to be a fun guy to watch in the coming years.
Jalen Murray, 6-footer from the Bronx, who makes the first free throw to put his team up 61-48. He makes 2. 62-48 Mustangs as we approach the 8-minute mark. We're at half number 2. Our junior. The basketball. Left wing long 2 by DeMaurian Williams, showing some space along that left side of the baseline. Knocks home the J to make it 62-51. Now the other side rolled around. The shot by Diarra popped out. TSF with a rebound.
That was a heck of a move by Diarra, though. How about that shake off the dribble?
Impressive. Kenny Burns with the basketball running this set. And then works it inside to Soto. Goes up, push and a foul called. But goes out of bounds, I guess.
You have to give Skill Factory credit, though, because they sent Wilmore to the bench and essentially played even or better for a long stretch and have given themselves a chance here. It's, an 11-point game. Now it's a 9-point game and there's 7.5 to go. So they're right there.
Now Wilmore's got to be careful with the foul situation. Sure, they'll be watching to see how he plays in foul trouble. Had a hand on the rebound there and kind of tipped it to his teammate after the Putnam miss.
Yeah, just thought about that one a little too much.
There's DJ Patrick out of San Antonio. Off to Wilmore, who's had a nice break. Works it inside to Soto. Gets the shot to go on the foul. And I tell you what, TSF right back in this game.
They're hanging around, right?
Yeah, they really are.
And that's the goal. When you're playing a team that maybe you don't have quite as much depth. As what you do is you just try and give yourself a chance late.
A chance to trim the deficit some more. Kai Soto, the 7-2 center, will go to the line. And he makes the free throw. Nice touch.
It's a two-possession game. How about that?
Just over 7 minutes to go.
Not only that, but Putnam has 9 team fouls. So on their next foul, TSF is going to be in the double bonus for the rest of the half. So this is, and conversely, they've got several fouls still to give. So give Rob Johnson and his club some credit here, as they've shown a lot of fight.
We'll keep it here during his 32nd timeout. 7:09 to go, and Putnam Science Academy leading TSF 62-56. But TSF, how have they gotten back into this game?
Well, I think they've continued to control the tempo. They've defensive rebounded. They've not allowed Putnam to get out in the open floor. And by taking away Putnam's easy baskets, they've made it a half-court contest. And that has really paid dividends.
A little spark, too, in that second half. Again, Putnam Science led at 42-28 after 20 minutes. They had a 14-point lead at intermission. TSF doing a good job to attack the basket. They've had some defensive stops translate into points on the other side. A couple of nice runouts as well.
They have, and that, I think, for Putnam, that's the key. If anything you can do to get going in transition, get some easy points, that's the key.
And the big guy for TSF in foul trouble, but in the game. And that's Jordan Wilmore. Putnam Science with the basketball out of the timeout, trying to restore order.
So essentially what Putnam has done here is gone really small. They don't have a conventional center on the floor. Sometimes they play with 2 true bigs. Right now they have kind of 3 guards and 2 forwards. So they are trying to speed this game up as best they can.
I guess some coaches feel the best way to attack a big team is maybe with quickness, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you when you've got this kind of depth, you manipulate your rosters and the lineups to try and dictate what you want. And we've been talking about trying to get some tempo, and they just haven't been able to do that.
Diarra can't get the hanging shot to drop.
Well, that's just not a good shot. You know, it's a low percentage shot. Those floaters haven't been falling for him tonight.
Burns try to shuffle to his teammate, but he gets called for traveling, and the turnover will get Putnam Science the basketball back with just over 6 minutes to play. Tight one here in New Haven. Game 3 of the day, 62-56. TSF trying to shave what at one point was a 14-point deficit. There's Dozier Jr. tries the 3. He can't get the shot to go. TSF grabs the rebound. Jalen Murray on the run. Now Kobe Jeffries has it. Jeffries inside of the cutting Soto.
What a catch. One-handed extend over his head.
How about this? 4-point game.
This was not what we expected a few minutes ago.
There's Dozier. Now for Murray, who nails the 3, and boy, did Putnam Science Academy need that.
They certainly did. Couldn't have come at a better time. Murray can do that kind of thing, though. He put up big numbers last year in the EYBL with New York Lightning. Highly skilled. Made one of those in the first half as well.
65-58, just over 5 to go. There's Wilmore with the basketball. Gets it off to Jeffries. Now to Wilmore inside. Tries to put the hook shot up from 10 feet. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound kept alive by Patrick. And now whistle and a stoppage.
I think the shot clock reset there when it shouldn't have.
Yep, that's exactly it. (65-58) The score, 5:29 to go, and shot clock is down to 5 now. 4. Jeffries has it, gives it now to Soto with 1 to go. And the shot clock kisses it off the window and in. Shot clock winding down at Kai Soto. That's his team back within 5.
Seeing signs of things to come.
There's Dozier. He gets called for the carry. Now they're going to call a little push-off away from the action. A foul called.
Got an illegal screen there. And that's on both the ball handler and the screener. You've got to be set, but the guard's got to know when you can use it and when you can't.
5 minutes to play. Fasten your seatbelts. A 5-point game. And TSF with a field goal here can make this a one-possession game. This team from Atlanta trailed by 14 at the half. There's Soto. Going to spot it from long range. That's going to rim out. Dozier clears the rebound for Putnam. There's Dozier.
Could have been a big make for Skill Factory there. Nice. Good high-low action.
Silvera gives it off. Easy layup as Putnam responds.
So now essentially what you've got, again, 3-guard lineup, and you put Silvera in the middle of the zone. So creative coaching there by Tom Espinoza. You put a playmaker at the high post, and it pays off.
There's Jeffries. Lane opens up. He drives in, kicks it left side. Oh, a tough shot in traffic is good. Boy, Soto that time nails the long 2.
That was one of those, no, okay, good
yeah,
shot.
Right. Back to a 5-point game with 4 minutes to go. There's Jalen Murray as Putnam Science tries to catch its breath on offense. There's your junior from Murray. Murray flings it right side. Silvera tries the 3, rolls around, no good. Gray had a hand on the rebound, but it's taken down by TSF. And now a foul on Putnam.
And that's where the bonus comes into play. Chance to make it a one-possession game here.
Mackay Gray picks up the foul. And that's going to send Soto, the 7'2" Philippine native, to the free throw line, where he can try to make this a one-possession game. And he makes the first to make it 67-63.
Impressed by the collective composure of this Skill Factory team, because remember, it was, about 8 minutes into this half, we wondered if Putnam Science was getting ready to run away with it. And Skill Factory, Jordan Wilmore going to the bench with 4 fouls. They did not get sped up. They did not get flustered. They've just stayed the course, and it's paid off here.
1 of 2 for Soto. Mustangs with the ball. TSF making him sweat here in the second half. Diarra. Dozier Jr. back to Diarra. Now Dozier Jr. drives in and gets the shot to go.
Yeah, big shot. Looked off Gray, who was open on the wing there, but fortunately worked out. The runner. Hard to call that one a floater. Didn't have much loft under it.
6-point game, 3 minutes to go.
And what allows you to play 4 guards like this is when you've got someone like Hassan Diarra, who is about 6'3", is guarding someone who is 7'2" right now. And that just shows you the toughness that he has. Look at him inside right now, bodying up with Soto. Yeah, that's not allowed.
No, and a whistle. Yep, they're going to call the foul on Hassan Diarra. So Diarra picks up the foul, and he was all over trying to push Soto out of the paint.
And again, it comes at a cost because they are in the double bonus.
So he will get 2 free throws here. Will Soto made 1 of 2 last time and nails the first to make it 69-64. He makes both here. 69-65 with just under 3 minutes to play. What a game.
Surprisingly close one here down the stretch. All the credit in the world to Skill Factory. Been a very resilient effort here.
Silvera try to work the shot into Art Jr. and it comes up in the hands of TSF. Now riding the break down the other side, Kobe Jeffries, and he cashes in. And indeed, it's a one-possession game, 69-67.
Well, ran into a brick wall in Jordan Wilmore, who did a terrific job of maintaining verticality to avoid his 5th foul.
There's Silvera working his way along the baseline. Throws it up top for Diarra.
Oh, that was close to his 5th.
Yep. Shot altered, and TSF comes up with it. How about this, TSF? TSF can take a lead here. with a 3. Going to work it into the big guy, though. Soto can't get the angle as he misses the shot strong. Putnam pulls down the rebound. And Silvera, left wing
big
3.
Shot.
Can't get the shot to go, and a foul on the rebound.
Ard did a nice job of fighting through the contact there. That is pivotal because TSF was going to have a run out with a chance to tie or potentially even take the lead. And instead, Putnam Science will get a baseline out of bounds.
Substitutions for Putnam Science Academy. Josh Gray checking back in. We'll keep it here at him during this timeout. 69-67, 147 to go. And what are both teams discussing here in the final couple of minutes of play?
Well, I think for Putnam Science, they're trying to figure out a way to score. And the bottom line is that when TSF has been able to set their defense and get Wilmore inside, it's like a vault on the paint. I mean, they just haven't had any luck going at him. He's such a physical presence. He's done a really good job of playing with fouls here, maintaining his verticality, and it has been so hard for them. So I think they're drawing something up. Looks like you got to look at Chris Cheney there, the Scotland head coach. And for TSF, they got to be thrilled with where they are right now. So, again, reinforcing you defend without fouling, limiting Putnam to one shot, which they've done a terrific job of in the second half, and then diagramming what you're going to do offensively.
It will be Putnam Science Academy with the basketball. Leading by a bucket, 69-67. Hassan Diarra is the trigger man. Flips it into Silvero, tries a 3. It's an air ball. Offensive rebound put up by Diarra. Can't get the shot to go, and now Silvero's going to try again from long range. And the ball goes out of bounds. So Putnam with a couple of decent looks from three-point land, but couldn't come away with points.
Yeah, they can't buy a jumper right now, but I'll tell you what, they need to stop here.
TSF with a field goal here can wipe out a 14-point halftime deficit. 90 seconds to play, and the ball stolen away right into the hands of Josh Gray.
What a play by Hassan Diarra. Great anticipation, shooting into that passing lane. That's the type of play that winners make.
Silvera off to Murray. There's Murray. Drives in, hangs in the air, puts it up the left-handed, scores. Wow, what a terrific move by Putnam to get the basketball to go. Jalen Murray kind of doing it himself.
Here's what happened, Jules. You asked what they were talking about in that last.
Here we go in
that
the replay.
Last setting. Watch Josh Gray take Wilmore out of the play here, screening him off so Murray can get in the lane and finish. That is a big-time play and a very nice call from the Putnam huddle.
1:08 to go, 71-67 the score, and boy, Mustangs desperately needed the basket, and then the lane opened up, and Murray took it all the way to the rack.
Terrific set out of the Putnam huddle, and they're going to look to do it again.
On both teams here, a chance to catch their breath briefly, and Putnam Science will try to come up with another defensive stop like they just did last time against TSF.
Well, and they're trying to defend without fouling because they're in the double bonus right now. So that is the key. And that's the key for Putnam. Right now, it's a lot about clock management for TSF. You don't have to rush here, but you know you're going to need a couple of possessions. There's Jeff Rafferty, the associate head coach at NJIT. Coach Cheeks from Boston College, just two of about 60 recruiters who have checked in here so far today. It's always the interesting thing. There's almost more evaluators than there are fans in prep school basketball. Mm-hmm. These teams, obviously, that you draw from such a diverse geographic area, they don't necessarily command the hometown crowds like a local high school might.
But boy, if you like college basketball, at high school level, prep school level, this is a fun weekend.
Yeah, because this is where you see future stars. I mean, you think about guys who have played. Nice. Oh, you got to finish that one.
Yeah, try to work it inside of Wilmore. It couldn't get the angle to go, and Putnam clears the rebound. So Putnam Science comes up with another big defensive stop. Now they'll try to cash in. And a right wing 3 by Marty Silvera. How about that? He nails it.
Well, finally got a shot to fall, and that is huge for Putnam, pushing that lead to 7.
On top of the key, a 3 by DJ Patrick, way off the mark. Putnam grabs the rebound and a foul called. And boy, what a big shot by Silvera.
And I'm not sure it was a very wise shot, quite frankly. I mean, you see they've got 27 seconds on the shot clock there. He let it fly. I'm sorry, 27 seconds on the game clock now, but I think it was 23 on the shot clock there. Time and score says maybe you shouldn't take that one, but if you take it, you better make it. So good thing for him. He knocked down his 4th 3 of the game.
Inbound, a quick foul. I'm not sure that any time lapsed from the clock there. But that could be the shot that we're talking about, Adam, as the dagger if Putnam ends up winning this game.
Without question. And I think, but you know what, the play of the game to me was the set out of Putnam's huddle. When Josh Gray screened off Jordan Wilmore in the middle of that zone.
And Murray took it to the rack.
Murray had an uncontested layup at the rim. It's the easiest finish they've had all day. It was a beautifully executed play.
Hassan Diarra going to the free throw line.
And then on the other end, Diarra with that defensive possession where he darted into the middle, got that deflection, led to a run out for Putnam. There you get a look at Tom Espinoza, Josh Scraba in the background. Coach has earned this W today, I'll tell you that.
Diarra trying to make 2. Get the lead back to 9. The lane violation there.
Yeah, he just ran after that one.
So they're going to let the ball roll. 75-67. It's picked up by Kobe Jeffries. Jeffries goes coast to coast, puts it up and in. I'm just so impressed the way that these guys, these kids, can get from one side of the floor to the next. I mean, they do it like a blink of an eye.
Yeah, they really can. I mean, the speed,
motors.
the physicality, and that's, you hear that term downhill so often these days. That's what downhill looks like. It's your ability to get from point A to point B as quickly as possible and with as much sheer force as possible. And, that's what you just saw for Skill Factory.
75-69 with 21 seconds to go. We'll keep it here. TSF hoping Adam Finkelstein for maybe just one more run.
Well, and again, it's all about time and score right here. So you've either got to try and turn Putnam over, you got to send them to the free throw line. Hope they give you a chance to make a couple big ones here. That's just what you're looking for.
Look at Bridgeton, who's just arrived. And you've got prep schools from all over the country here in New Haven, Connecticut this weekend.
And, in the time that we've been doing this event here, the prep schools have evolved quite a bit. It used to be a very New England-dominated market, and NEPSAC dominated in particular. But you've had, it used to be the days of MCI and Notre Dame Prep and Winchendon, and now those schools are no more. And instead you've got the, schools like Woodstock and Putnam and TSF and others like that. So it's been fun to see the way it's evolved. But as I said, I'm an advocate of prep school basketball because I think it gives these kids an opportunity that they otherwise wouldn't have had. And I think lots of times people use the phrase prep school and don't really know what it really means. To me, prep school is a school with a post-grad option. It has a negative connotation a lot of times, which isn't right, because these places are all, they have legit academic programs. These kids are taking legit coursework. They're getting through the NCAA Eligibility Center, and they're also just getting a first-class basketball experience as well.
Silvera with a couple of free throws to make it 77-69. 12 seconds to go. Top of the key at 3, off the mark by Soto. And the ball goes out of bounds. It will stay at TSF basketball with 7.8 seconds to go. Our junior. And Soto goes into traffic, stolen away by Murray.
Good decision by Murray. Could have thrown it ahead for the easy 2. He made the classy decision there.
So Putnam Science Academy, they do survive. It was down to just a couple of point game with a couple of minutes to go, but they get the victory.
Well, it was a very resilient, disciplined performance, but the Skill Factory, give Putnam credit. They fought tooth and nail. This was not an easy win. It wasn't even a pretty win, but you saw a lot of talented guys and a heck of a basketball game.
So for Adam Finkelstein, Jeff Dooley, once again, Putnam Science Academy defeating TSF here in New Haven. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you a little bit later for the National Prep Showcase at Albertus Magnus College.